Hello and welcome back to my channel. Ever use a CPR dummy, also known as resuscitation? Ever notice that the face is always the same between each doll? And it has that odd look peering back at you. Well, resuscitation, the CPR doll, has a wild backstory, and it begins almost 150 years ago, back in the City of Lights, Paris. In the 1880s, a girl's body was pulled from the river Seine. Unremarkably, the body looked extremely peaceful. Some say it looked like she fell asleep and slipped into the water and drowned. Her body was without a blemish, no signs of trauma, no signs of violence, and some thought maybe she had committed suicide. The local pathologist who was assigned to her was strangely and kind of creepily mesmerized by her. He thought she was stunning. I mean, really stunning. And story has it, he fashioned a mold of her face, a plaster death mask. I guess you can think of it as some kind of weird beauty memento or some kind of goth chic decor. And you'd think, the pathologist was alone on this one. He wasn't. The girl's death mask of the drowned girl, the death mask was extremely popular and sought after. It was mass produced and admired by many. It took on the name l'icône de la Seine, or l'icône, which is French for unknown. The mask was displayed on walls, private homes, businesses. Its popularity went beyond Paris. The face became the focus of poets, artists, writers, including one famous person, Pablo Picasso. The face of the l'icône was even coined the Mona Lisa of death. Okay, so how does the CPR doll get its face? We're getting there. Okay, so we skip forward to the 1960s. Austrian anesthesiologist Dr. Peter Savard was creating CPR basics, the ones that we are familiar with today. Yes, there was those before him that contributed to CPR, but the basics, or the modern CPR that we use today, he had a major role in it. At the time when he was creating CPR, you would just practice on anybody, everybody. You'd make your own dummy. Grab a colleague, nurse, doctor, medical student, anyone would do. So you can see the problem and you can see the need for a mannequin. Dr. Peter Savard teamed up with Asmund Lerdahl, a Norwegian toy maker, to create a lifestyle training mannequin. Mr. Lerdahl thought that the doll should be female, thought that men would not want to perform mouth-to-mouth or CPR on a male doll. He remembers seeing the l'icône, the face of the dead girl, thinking it was beautiful and thought that would be great for the CPR doll. The CPR doll's name, or he named it, resuscitation, and essentially the rest is history. And that's essentially how she got the face that she has today. But wait, the story would not be complete without mention of Lorenzi family. They own a shop in Paris going back 4 generations. They create plaster busts, figurines, and of course, masks. In fact, they may actually hold the original cast of l'icône, the girl pulled from the river Seine. There's no documents to prove they have the original mask, but they do have this brown plaster mask that they do display. Now, some speculate that Lerdahl company got the original mask from them, or they might have copied it from another cast. But essentially, the real story will likely remain a mystery. The Lorenzi workshop mainly operates by creating plaster for commercial use and for government large-scale plaster figurines, all that kind of stuff. But they do create replicas of the mask of the death girl. And if you're wanting to purchase this, you can buy it for about $130 to $170. Now, all-encompassing, that is all there is to know about CPRN. But what I do want you to remember is when you hear CPR, you're practicing CPR, or you hear that it was used to save somebody's life. Remember l'icône, remember the girl pulled from the river in France. And remember that everything in medicine has an interesting backstory. Thanks.